Hey, listen, I ain't
get out of the car and get on.
What? It went from 0 to let me get my taser out and threaten to shoot you with my taser. This man is no danger to anybody. He's rightfully indignant and he's difficult, but he's no danger. There's no reason the cop has to treat him this way. The standard operating procedure of pigs in this country, you and I must aggressively go after and change it.
On the ground.
Do what he says.
Get out of the car and get on the ground.
Do what he said.
And why does he have to get out of the car and get on the ground? You can get this 5A cop card. You can order this. I ship it to you, or you can get this one by ordering anything, and I'll email it to you. You got to print it yourself and laminate it. They're the exact same cards. And by the way, when you get one, I send you two. I send you the driver and non-driver card, and then get your trifold on DeleteLawz.com. You have to have a trifold in your car, please, people. Get a trifold in your car. And so now let me show you what happens if you don't have your license, registration, and proof of insurance all put together. If this isn't ready to slip out to the cop, you don't have your stuff put together. I'm sorry. And then if you don't have your trifold and you don't immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right, let me show you exactly what happens. This guy gets pulled over and he doesn't follow the process that I teach, and he gets hosed. He gets shafted, folks.
Turn the car off.
I'm saying, hey, why you stopping me, man?
Turn the car off.
I want to know the reason why I'm getting stopped, brother.
You're stopping because you're driving recklessly.
I'm driving recklessly,
okay,
brother.
turn the car off. I'm going to tell you one more time.
So what is the first thing that we do when we get pulled over? What's the very first thing that you and I do, people who have been here before, people who've watched my show before? The very first thing we do is hands go at up into a touchdown position. My hands go to this NFL football touchdown position. See how I make goalposts with my hands? If I go like this, I close the goalpost. If I go like that, I open the goalpost. This is how your hands go. Your phone goes in this hand. I want to see you on the camera. I want to see you. So if something hits you in the head or anything happens to you, we can see what happened to you. Your hands go to a football position. This guy, he puts his body out the window of the car.
Turn the car off.
I'm saying, hey, why you stopping me, man?
Turn the car off.
Okay. You guys know that I don't have any respect for cops. Okay. I don't like them. I don't respect them. I'm not your bitch. You know, you don't get to order me around. Here's what I do have to do, though. I have to make sure I don't get shot. I've showed you guys get shot on this channel so many times. Everything goes up here in this nice broccoli wad rubber band that I sent you in your envelope. Everything's up there. You are recording like this. Cop comes up, no matter what words he says, I don't give a damn what words he says. I immediately slip him my license, registration, and proof of insurance. There you go, piggy. You got everything I have to provide by law. Now, whether he says to me, you violated RS code 47, or if he says to me, hey, where are you heading? No matter what he says, I don't care what he says. As I'm filming myself, I slip this down from my visor and I say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If he asks me to get out of the car, I'm going to get out of the car with my hands up and say, I do not consent to searches or seizures, and I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. This is now a police protest. And I get out of the car. That's it. And let's see what this guy does here.
I want to know the reason why I'm getting stopped, brother.
You're stopping because you're driving recklessly.
I'm driving recklessly,
okay,
brother.
turn the car off. I'm going to tell you one more time.
I'm saying what?
I observed you driving recklessly. Turn the car off. Hand me the keys.
What keys? You're not, nah, that's my property, brother. You're not giving my keys.
Okay, do you have a Florida medical marijuana card?
I don't got no weed in here, brother. What you talking about?
Do you have a Florida medical marijuana card?
I don't have weed.
That's not the question I'm asking you. I'm asking
No,
you if you
I
have a
don't
Florida
have
medical.
weed.
Okay, do you have any hemp products in the car?
It ain't no drug. You can search the car. Here.
Okay.
Search
Stay in the car.
Nah, man, you doing too much. Search
Stay
it.
in the car.
Listen, bro.
You're not in charge.
Hey, listen, brother. I'm telling you, I got my seatbelt. I don't got no dope. I'm gonna give you my license. You do what you do and leave me alone, bro. I don't want to deal with you, brother.
Are you done?
Yes. I don't got no
Okay,
weed.
give
You
me
got
the
your
keys
camera
to the
on?
car.
No,
Yeah, it's on.
No, you're not getting my keys, bro. Can you move?
No. You are not in charge. I will dictate when you get out of the car. You are going to listen to me. You are not in charge.
All right.
He's got into an ego match with a guy who has a gun, has backup, and can legally put you in torture cuffs. Why are you saying a damn word?
Listen, I'm not talking to you. I'm gonna call my lawyer.
Put your right hand on top of your head and your left hand on your chest.
Well, I'm going to
Make
jail
this very
for
easy.
it.
I didn't say you're going to jail. You're being detained.
Now this cop plays some kind of crazy Simon Says with this guy. Unbelievable. He literally wants him to put himself in some awkward position and stay there. Watch.
Do we understand each other? Put your right hand on top of your head and your left hand on your chest before you go to jail for obstruction.
What you want? Here.
Your right hand on top of your head and your left hand on your chest.
All right, here.
Your left hand on your chest.
Which
Okay,
one?
you're going to stay like that until I give you further instructions. Do we understand each other?
Boss.
Do we understand each other?
Understand.
You are not in charge. You are not free to leave. You are
understand.
detained right now. Your car smells like marijuana and you are driving recklessly. That is why you're being detained.
Listen, sir. I was turning the light. The lady was taking her sweet
And then you made a big turn and then you cut someone else off. There was 2 officers in our police car. We both saw you do it.
Okay,
That is reckless driving. That is 2 or more moving violations at the same time. Keep your right hand on the back of your head and your left hand on your chest. We are done. You're going to listen to me. You were detained. You were not in charge. Put that right hand back on top of your head.
But why I'm being detained?
Because you're uncooperative, okay? And I'm allowed to have anyone step out of the vehicle. And your car smells like cannabis.
I don't have no cannabis.
Okay, that's fine. Put your right hand on top of your head. I'm going to search your car.
Please?
That's absolutely fine. They'll be on the way.
Right now.
They'll be on the way.
I want to talk to
Okay.
you. I want to call your supervisor.
No problem. All right. When I ask you to step out, and not until I ask you to step out.
Sir, I want to talk to your supervisor. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, that's fine. When I ask you to step out, and not until I ask you to step out, you're going to get out and face that way.
Sir, I'm not talking to you.
Keep that right hand on back of your head.
Sir. Hey, listen, I ain't.
Get out of the car and get on the ground.
Do what he says.
Get out of the car and get on the ground.
Do what he says.
Get out of the car and get on the ground.
Well, why?
Get on the fucking ground.
Wow.
Saying, sir, like, what you doing, man?
I'm your
Hands
daddy.
together like you're praying.
bro.
Interlock
And
your
I'm your
fingers like
daddy.
you're praying.
But I'm not
Give us
doing
give us the ear.
nothing.
Interlock your hands like you're praying.
You're about to end up on the ground.
Okay.
Do we understand each other?
Sir, I don't have nothing, bro. Like,
Okay, now you're under arrest for obstruction.
why am I under arrest?
Because I just grabbed you and you pulled away
Sir,
from
I
me.
ain't pulled away, man.
Hand up. Put your feet up. Put your feet apart.
Man,
Put your feet apart.
the reason why I snatched, bro, like, I ain't know what you was finna do, man.
Okay, well, you're under arrest now, so I hope it was worth it.
Sir, I don't, for what?
You're under arrest for reckless driving and resisting without,
Sir,
so I hope it was worth it.
Sir,
Stop fucking tensing up. You're still pulling away.
I'm not.
You're done. You're under arrest. You're done.
I'm not
Relax.
pulling, though.
Relax.
Ma'am, I'm not
No, but
pulling.
you've been combative the whole time since you got.
Ma'am, I
since
don't
we
have
stopped you. You've been
nothing.
combative the whole time since
I'm
we
not.
stopped you.
All I
Just
said-
stop talking, okay?
Ma'am, all I
These are
said.
10-15 for
Stop
signal to
talking.
law and resisting.
Ma'am, listen, how I'm resisting arrest?
You're still doing it. You're still tensing.
I'm not. I'm.
So lean on the car.
Sir.
Like, I'm holding onto your muscles and you're tensing and
I'm
bracing and
not.
pulling away.
What is this? What is this thing where you're not allowed to tense up when people are grabbing you and putting your body in contorted positions, twisting your wrists? You're just supposed to lay there limp? Like, that's just not humanly possible for me. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to lock up a little bit. So other than being a disagreeable R-hole, which I'm a disagreeable R-hole myself, what law has he broken to go to jail? Oh, he did 2 or more moving infractions at the same time? The cop did 2 or more moving infractions at the same time to pull him over. But what has he done that he needs to be arrested for, that we need to get him off the streets? You know, there are people that we need to arrest. There are people who need to be bound up. There are people who need to be shot and killed, and that's the only way they're going to go out. There are people like that. I'm not delusional. There are people who you're going to have to shackle up and wrap up like a sardine. I know that. This guy's not one of them, though. He's just an asshole. Maybe he's rightfully indignant. Maybe he is tired of dealing with pigs messing with him. Even though he did some sort of evasive maneuver in his car, maybe he wasn't really recklessly driving. Maybe he didn't need any interaction with the cops today. Just maybe, right? Maybe if the cop wasn't there, there would be nobody hurt, nobody injured, no damage party. Nobody would be worse for the wear at all. Maybe if that cop wasn't there, none of this would be happening. Is that a fair thing to ask? I mean, I'm just saying. But he hasn't done anything for the cop to be saying to him, no, we're past that now. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Until I ask you to step out.
Sir, I want to talk to your supervisor. I don't.
So show me the law. I'm just trying to
Be on the
Call
way.
him right now.
He's got his hands, one on his head and one on his chest, like he's a little boy.
They'll be on the way.
I want to talk to
Okay.
you. I want to call your supervisor.
No problem. All right. When I ask you to step out, and not until I ask you to step out.
Sir, I want to talk to your supervisor. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, that's fine. When I ask you to step out, and not until I ask you to step out, you're going to get out and face that way.
Sir, I'm not.
Okay, hold on a minute, though. Hold on a second. The holding in Pennsylvania versus Mims says that police can order you out of the car for their safety because they believe you're armed and presently dangerous. Doesn't look like this cop believes that he is armed and presently a danger to him. That's not what it looks like the cop believes. So then he's ordering him out of the car just so he can put him in torture cuffs and then arrest him. And this is the part that really gets me. I watched this last night.
I'm not talking to you, man.
Okay. Keep that right hand on back of your head.
Sir.
Now look at the level of aggression at which they're going to attack this guy.
Hey, listen, I ain't...
Get out of the car and get on.
What? It went from 0 to let me get my taser out and threaten to shoot you with my taser if you don't get... This man is no danger to anybody. He's rightfully indignant and he's difficult, but he's no danger. There's no reason the cop has to treat him this way. The standard operating procedure of pigs in this country, you and I must aggressively go after and change it.
On the ground.
Do what he says.
Get out of the car and get on the ground.
Do what he says.
And why does he have to get out of the car and get on the ground? Why does he need to get on the ground?
Get out of the car and get on the ground.
Why does he need to get on the ground?
Get on the fucking ground.
Get on the effing ground.
Put your hands together like you're praying. Interlock your fingers like you're praying.
But I'm not...
Interlock your fingers like you're praying so we can try to get these metal torture devices on you, but it's we're gonna have to contort you a little bit here.
Give us the air.
So why did he... Then did you see this? He's gonna slam it. Listen. Just listen.
Put your hands together like you're praying. Interlock your fingers like you're praying.
But I'm not doing
give us the air.
Interlock your hands
Did you see that? Okay. Now, here's the part I want to show you guys. And once I tell you this, what I'm about to tell you now, you will never be able to unhear this again. This is something I'm going to say to you right now. And when I say it to you from now on, every time you watch a cop video, you're going to go, let me see. Every single time a jackboot thug pig does something physically aggressive and hostile to a person who is not in any way, shape, or form resisting, as soon as the other cops get there, they will brag about that offensive, violent thing that they did. In every single video you ever watch for it, watch for the uncalled for violence, and then listen for later where he's going to proudly boast how I put him against the car. You won't be able to ever see a video again now because what I'm telling you is 100% factual.
I'm saying, sir, like, what you doing, man?
Put your hands together like you're praying. Interlock your fingers like you're praying.
But I'm not doing
give us the air.
See that?
Interlock your hands like you're praying.
You're about to end up on the ground.
Okay.
We understand each other?
Didn't he tell him to get on the ground like 5 times? Get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. And now you're going to go on the ground. For what? I mean, for what? This cop is losing his composure, losing his cool. But for what reason is he going to go on the ground? What has he done?
Sir, I don't have nothing, bro.
Okay, now you're under arrest for obstruction.
Why am I under arrest?
Because I just grabbed you and you pulled away
Sir,
from me.
I ain't pulled away, man.
What? I'm so sorry. Can you guys help me find the spot where he grabs him and he
Get out
pulls?
of the car and get on the ground.
Oh, why?
Okay.
Get on the fucking ground.
Show me where this guy pulls away. I want to see it.
Put your hands together like you're praying. Interlock your fingers like you're praying.
But I'm not doing
give us the air.
There's the
Interlock
slam.
your hands like you're praying.
You're about to end up on the ground.
Okay.
We understand each other?
Sir, I don't have nothing, bro.
Okay.
He's saying he doesn't have anything. He's standing there getting torture cuffed.
Now you're under arrest for obstruction.
Now you're under arrest for obstruction. He hasn't done anything wrong. But I want you to notice in this, what we're watching here, there's no crime. That's the cop is just losing his mind and attacking the guy. Now you're under arrest for obstruction. But for what? Where was the obstruction? You have to have my trifold in your car. When the cop comes up to you, calmly, patiently, you have your license, registration, you have everything in your hand. You give him your license, it's all up in your visor. You give him that. Cop says anything to you at all. Do you know what? Anything at all. You immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And then you talk like I do when I first start talking to cops, real slow, nothing to say. Well, where are you heading? I'm talking to the camera. I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. This officer is still questioning me. He's violating his oath to office.